Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. We are back again with our lecture number 5 that is going to talk about the essay writing skills. Before start talking about the essay writing skill, let's quickly have a quick recap of the previous lecture in which we have thoroughly talked about the 3 writing stages: pre-writing, writing and rewriting, that we have read and we have discussed thoroughly in our class. Then we also had another exercise of the painting in which you were supposed to write a paragraph, and I hope all of you have done that. Let's move on to today's lecture, that we are going to talk about the topic highlights. Now that we are in a stage of talking about our essay writing skills, we are going to today in the detail we are going to see that what essay writing skills are, and we are going to also see thoroughly that how you can actually apply essay writing skills on the piece of paper. Now today we are going to talk about, as we will move on in our progression will be towards actually start writing and practicing our essay writing skills. Today we are going to first of all talk about the paragraph, that what is a paragraph. Of course we will begin with the definition of the paragraph, then we will also see some examples of writing paragraphs, because paragraph is something, if you remember our very first lecture in which we have talked about the communication graph, where we started with phoneme, morpheme, word, then the collection of words which makes different phrases and clauses, and then different phrases and clauses they combine together to make a sentence, and sentences they combine together to give you a paragraph, and paragraphs they combine together to give you a longer text whatsoever it is, either that's going to be in a form of a report, that's going to be a research article, or that's going to be an essay. So paragraph is the first thing that we are supposed to keep in mind if we talk about the essay writing, because essay is the combination of different paragraphs about one particular topic. Now that we are talking about the paragraph writing, we will also see some different kinds of examples of the paragraphs, that how are we actually supposed to do and write different kinds of paragraphs in our essay. Then we are going to talk thoroughly that what is an essay. We are going to define that, and we are going to see that where from this word essay have been derived, and what does that mean, and what is its purpose, and what are the writing ways of writing an essay, and what makes a good essay. Then we are going to practically see that which things are required to make an essay good. Then there are some do's, and then there are again some don'ts of writing an essay. How to write an essay, we are actually going to practice writing in the class, and then we are going to see the essay formatting things, where we are going to apply different techniques of computer, that how to write an essay on, or how to type an essay on the computer. Even you are going to write it with hand, we are also going to see that how do you do that. So let's begin with today's topic, that is essay writing skills. To begin with, we will talk about what is a paragraph. During our paragraph writing, we will discuss the definition, the unity of the paragraph, that how one paragraph is so much united, that every thought in the paragraph is so much united that they support the topic sentence. Now we will also discuss the different levels of the paragraph, the topic sentence, supporting details, and then we will also see some relevant or solve some relevant exercises. So get ready with your paper and pen in your hand, and we are going to begin with it now. So to begin with, let's see that what is a paragraph. Let's see the definition. The dictionary definition of the paragraph says that it is a group of sentences. Now there are different sentences in a paragraph. A group of sentences, maybe 2, 3, 4 or 5 sentences are there in a paragraph to make it a group that introduces, presents and develops one main idea about the particular topic, or about only one topic. So one paragraph has got ideas, it introduces and presents one main idea in one whole paragraph, and it develops it and it supports it in different details. So this is what the dictionary definition talks about. So a paragraph is something that is the group of sentences within one paragraph, that is talking about the main or the one main idea that is presented, and then that is explained properly within a few lines. It can be divided into 3 major parts, as you can very well see on the screen as well. There is one topic sentence, that is your beginning, then you have some supporting details, that is your middle, and then you have your closing sentence, that is the end of the paragraph. So paragraph usually have the three parts: beginning, middle and end. As every essay, the longer essays also have a proper beginning, proper middle and proper ending. So a paragraph has also got the three parts. The first one is the topic sentence, second one is the supporting details, and the third one is the closing sentence that we are also going to elaborate through examples. Now the topic sentence is something, the first sentence of the paragraph. So the very first sentence announces the topic of the paragraph. It explains, in other words, the overall point of view of the paragraph. So in the first line, the main idea of, or the main overall point of view of the paragraph has been explained or floated for the reader to read and ponder on. Then it helps the writer focus on the idea written about. Now whatsoever idea you are going to talk about, your all thoughts are combined in one sentence, that is your topic sentence, and it helps the reader focus on the most relevant and most important details which he want to focus on them later. It also helps the reader know about that what the paragraph is all about. So by reading only the first sentence of the paragraph, the reader will automatically get to know that what whole paragraph talks about. So this is how the topic sentence can be explained, that it is the opening of the paragraph, or it is kind of, overall point of view, or the focus, the main focus of the whole paragraph. Clear? Should we move on? So let's move on to our supporting details, which talk about the supporting details usually discuss or support the main idea being discussed in the topic sentence. Now that you have written your topic sentence, your supporting details are supposed to explain or support the main idea stated in the topic sentence. It provides information about the main idea through examples maybe. Now your supporting details can also provide the examples. Sometimes clear evidences are there, like the factual information is there. You are trying to prove your topic sentence with the help of different examples or factual information that is there. And sometimes there are some strong convincing points on which the topic sentence can rely on. So the kind of sayings or the kind of examples which are suitable or which support your topic sentence, this is what we call the supporting details, because as the word itself indicates that they support the main idea. Supporting details for what? Supporting details for supporting the main idea of the paragraph that was there in the topic sentence. So this is how the supporting details can be in the form of examples. They can also provide the factual information or clear evidences, and sometimes it has got some logical convincing points through which a reader can be persuaded with, or he can be convinced with. Then you have your concluding sentence. As we have already talked about the topic sentence, and then we have also talked about the supporting details. Now we have our concluding sentence, that is the reflection of the main idea pronounced in the topic sentence. Now whatsoever you have written in the topic sentence, that has to come at the end as well. That is kind of the reflection or the image of whatever you have presented in your topic sentence. So your topic sentence can be written again, like in other words, or to elaborate it more, or to conclude it in other words, to make it a concluding sentence. It usually sums up what the topic sentence and the supporting details talk about. So that's kind of a summing up of your whole paragraph. The way you sum up the whole article, or you sum up your report, that's kind of a conclusion of your whole paragraph. Closing sentence, it reminds the reader of what they have to say, or what they have to value. So whatever you have written in your supporting details and in your topic sentence, the closing sentence, it reminds the reader to see that what they have to value and what the actually purpose of writing the paragraph was by the writer. It is compulsory for the completion of the paragraph unity. Now if you see that if there is a paragraph and somebody has written the topic sentence and he has also provided the supporting details, but there is no conclusory or there is no concluding sentence, so what would be the impression of the paragraph like? there would not be any ending, or there would not be any summing up, so that's not going to give you any good impression of, or that's not going to give you the complete message of what the writer wanted to talk about. So you are not going to skip this part, because this is very important for paragraph unity as well as paragraph closure. It indicates that paragraph has ended, so that also brings an end to your paragraph. So that has to be smart enough to present all the thoughts being discussed in the topic sentence and your supporting details in one sentence only. It prepares the reader to the smooth transition to the next paragraph, if there is one. Now that if you have written one paragraph and there is another paragraph, both paragraphs of course would be about one topic. So if one paragraph is about one thing and the next paragraph is again going to talk about that very thing, or maybe that one something that is related to the first paragraph, both of them they be different, but they are going to talk about one objective. So the transmission towards the next paragraph would be smooth, because first the thoughts being presented in the first paragraph end, and next paragraph again starts with your topic sentence. So this is how logical progression from one paragraph to the other is very important when we are talking about the essay. That's why we are studying how to write a paragraph. Now see example number 1. The colors in red, the red color indicates the topic sentence, the green color indicates the supporting details, and the blue color indicates the concluding sentence. Now let's try to read the first paragraph, the first example number 1 of paragraph writing. See the topic sentence. There are 3 reasons why Canada is one of the best countries in the world. Now in the topic sentence, the writer has clearly said that there are 3 reasons why Canada is one of the best countries in the world. First, Canada has an excellent healthcare system. Now the writer is trying to elaborate all those 3 reasons one by one. These are what you call the supporting details. First, Canada has an excellent healthcare system. All Canadians have access to medical services at a reasonable price. So what was the reason that Canada was the best or excellent healthcare system? Because Canadians have access to medical services at a very reasonable price. So that is usually cheap for them, and they can afford it easily. Now the second reason that the writer is writing is Canada has a high standard of education. Students are taught by well-trained teachers and are encouraged to continue studying at university. So this is how the second reason for stating Canada as the one of the best countries in the world is their education. Finally, Canada's cities are clean and efficiently managed. Canadian cities have many parks and lots of space for people to live. Now 3 reasons being stated in the paragraph. These are what you call the supporting details. The argument or the point of view, the topic sentence announced clearly that Canada, there are 3 reasons why Canada is one of the best placed or the best countries in the world, and 3 reasons are the medical facilities, the education, and the cleanliness or the effective management there. So as a result, Canada becomes a desirable place to live. So this is how the writer has proved through different logical examples that why or evidences that why Canada is the best place to live. So this is how you're supposed to write one paragraph, that your topic sentence is to be supported by the details which are there, and then your conclusory sentence should conclude the whole paragraph in one go, that saying as a result so and so Canada is a desirable place to live. So they wanted to prove that Canada is one of the best countries in the world, so they did it. So this is how the first example number 1 has explained that how to write a paragraph, and how to write the topic sentence, how to write the supporting details, and then how to write a concluding sentence. Now let's see example number 2. Again, topic sentence is written in color red, and then you have supporting details in color green, and then you have your closing sentence in your color blue. Now let's read out the paragraph again. The writer writes that I don't like tests. Now the writer is of an opinion that he or she don't like tests. Now he is stating the reason that why he don't like tests with the supporting arguments, with maybe the evidences, maybe with the help of examples or anything that supports his topic sentence. Now the reason is that every time I take a test I feel nervous. So this is one reason that why he don't like a test. When I study for a test, I don't know if I will be able to get a good grade. So another reason that why he is so scared of, or he's so stressed up, or he don't like tests. Often I worry about taking a test and can't sleep. So another reason that he cannot even sleep once he knows that he has to take a test. Sometimes I daydream or draw pictures in the class. So daydreaming is another reason for why he don't like tests. After the test is over, I worry about my grade. So even before appearing for the test and after he or she has appeared for the test, he is always worried. When my teacher gives the test back to me with the grade, I still can't relax because I know I will have another test soon. So the fear of test is always there. Tests give me a lot of stress. That is why I don't like tests. So the writer has given or supported his argument that he don't like tests with the details, supporting details, and he has concluded it well. Now let's move on to our example number 3, that is about cats, that cats are good pets. Now this paragraph is going to prove that cats are good pets. Now let's see how the writer tries to do that. Cats are good pets. You don't have to take a cat for a walk every day like a dog. So cats are better than dogs because you don't have to take them out every day for a walk like a dog. You do not have to wash cats because they know how to clean themselves. So there is no worry about that you are supposed to clean or wash the cat or give her a bath every day. If you want to go on vacation, you can leave some food and water for your cat and it will be okay. But that is not the case with the dogs. You have to, maybe sometimes you have to take them along, or maybe they run away when you come back home. A cat can sleep on your bed and keep you warm at night. So that's another reason of why cats are good pets. I think these things make cats good pets. So there are some logical reasons of why cats are good pets, and there is some comparison of cats with the dogs that make cat a good pet. So see the topic sentence which announces that cats are good pets. Also see the supporting details where there was a comparison of cats and dogs, and how you don't have to worry about once you are leaving for vacation, or you don't have to give them a bath or anything like that. So this is how the writer thinks that cats are good pets. So he has concluded his or closed his paragraph by saying that cats are good pets. So there were a few examples of how to write a paragraph with your topic sentence, with supporting details, and your closing sentence. So I hope now that you know how to write a paragraph. Let's give you an exercise. Take out a piece of paper. I hope you have one with your pen in your hand. You are supposed to write an excellent paragraph on the topic friendship. Now you are supposed to remember some rules. Make sure your paragraph has a topic sentence. Make sure you provide at least 3 sentences that support the main idea. So there are going to be 3 supporting sentences that announce your topic sentence or elaborate your topic sentence. Make sure you have a closing sentence too. So this is how your paragraph is going to be complete. Check that all sentences focus on the main idea. So all sentences are going to be about the idea friendship that you are supposed to write on. So you are going to take your time. You are supposed to remember that you are going to circle your topic sentence, like you are supposed to put that in the circle. You are going to number your supporting details. Maybe 3 hai, maybe there are 4. You are supposed to number them, and then you are going to underline your conclusion, and you are going to put and underline your conclusion as to differentiate your topic sentence from your supporting details, and then your closing sentence. So you can take your time and write your paragraph while you pause your video here, and we are going to then move on to your essay writing skills. Yes, please. We are again here with our essay writing skills, that is our essay writing, that we are going to thoroughly discuss that what essay is and what are its major parts, what are the do's and don'ts that we are supposed to do while writing an essay, and how to write creative essays and how to write, smart essays to be read by everyone. Now that you know that how paragraph looks like, I don't believe that you have any confusion of how to write an essay. Now, essays usually have they usually follow a proper process, but yes, the essay division is as same as of that of paragraph. It has got the proper beginning, it has got the proper middle, and it has of course got the proper ending. So you are going to see that how paragraphs and essays are similar to each other. Essay is also about the particular topic, and it also announces the topic sentence. It has also got the supporting paragraphs, and then of course it has got the proper closing. So this is what we are going to see now. So the dictionary definition of an essay says that an essay is an organized collection of your thoughts on a particular topic. So dictionary defines essay as an organized collection of your thoughts on a particular topic. You have been assigned a topic to write on, and whatsoever you are writing is in an organized manner. Why? Because you have been following your writing process that we have done in our previous lecture. So stick to pre-writing, writing and rewriting techniques, and you are going to produce best essays. An essay consists of three major parts, as the paragraph is. The introduction is the topic elaboration or the topic sentence elaboration, then your main body, which provides the supporting details, some kind of examples, maybe some kind of supporting evidences, factual information based on the factual information, and then your closing, that's going to be your conclusion of your essay. So the word essay has been derived from the Latin verb exire, which means to examine, test and drive out. So once you are writing an essay, you are putting an examination on something. The topic is being assigned to you to write on, and you are trying to examine that topic from every angle as to see that what possible thoughts can come out of your brain, or maybe you can also ask others to brainstorm about that very topic to see that how you test it, that you are going to how to provide the evidences, and how you are going to provide the supporting details for it, and then how you are going to drive out, or how you are going to present it to or write it for the others to read and set an example for. So what could be the purpose of an essay be given this definition? So why the Latin verb exire have been given this definition? Because essay is usually an examination of whatsoever the topic has been assigned to you. You digest it, you cut it from every angle, and you try to see the inside, that what was the problem inside, and then you come out with the real factual based information that you believe was relevant enough to prove your topic, and then explain it to others. So this is how we say that essay is a kind of an examination. Now, essays are made good by following a few things. The first thing is the good structure. Like the way paragraphs are written, it has got the clear introduction, the well-crafted middle, and clear and appropriate conclusion. Now, reread them again. Clarity, the crafting of the middle. How do you craft it? You put different examples and logical facts. You support your arguments with details as to make sure that are enough to prove your topic sentence. And then clear and appropriate conclusion means that you are going to provide the conclusion that is based on your supporting details and your topic sentence. Then you provide the clear argument that can also make your paragraph or your essay good? Progression through ideas with clear indication. Now your ideas are progressing from 1, 2, 3. Now there is no bulleting or there is no numbering in the essay. Your ideas are so well connected, they are so coherent, and there is cohesion in them that they are linked with each other and they are joined with each other. Once you read from, or once you move from one paragraph to the other, both of the thoughts look so connected and they are connected to your topic. That is your topic sentence. And then your conclusion is the whole gist of, or the whole summary of, or the whole abstract of whatsoever you had been writing in the topic sentence, and then your supporting details. They are well supported by the relevant evidence. As I said in the supporting details, that you are supposed to provide the relevant information that is factual. You are not going to provide the non-factual information, because that will become an imaginary essay. An imaginary essay is something that is non-factual, or something that is informal. So our purpose is to produce the formal essays, because all those kinds of materials, as we have discussed in the previous lecture, that those materials which follow some process and which have got some proper format are known as formal piece of writing. So since our essays are formal piece of writing, so we are going to make sure that they are going to provide the factual or relevant information in the supporting details. Now another thing to be kept in mind while we want to produce a good essay, that your essay should be well written. In other words, your essay should be grammatical. It should not have any grammatical errors. It should be written in the standard language. Now that English is the medium in which you are supposed to write, so you are going to make sure that you are going to use the standard English in your essay writing. Then also you have the correct spelling and punctuation marks, where to put the full stops, where to insert the commas, where to break up your sentence structure. Then you are also supposed to keep in mind that which words are supposed to be kept in the inverted commas. Why? Because they are being taken from some source. Then of course you are going to take care of your spellings and so on. Then you have the good sentence structure. The good sentence structure is always your active voice. Instead of writing in the passive voice, prefer that you are writing in the active voice. That will make your sentence appeal to the logic of the reader. Paragraphing and use the linking words and phrases. Now that you are using the conjunctions, like the words which are going to link two thoughts together, or two ideas together, or two sentences together, make use of those sentences and make sure that one paragraph is being followed by the next paragraph, and both of the thoughts, they are moving in the logical progression and they are related to each other. If you are talking about the problems of a bus stop in our country, make sure that you talk about the problems on the physical level first, and then you move on to the problems faced by the everyday or society and our citizens every day while they wait for the bus on the bus stop. So this is how you move from logically from the physical environment, and then you talk about people, and then you present some particular incident in which you can say that has been the problem to someone and stuff like that. Fully referenced, your essays can also become your essays will become a good essay if you are putting up the proper referencing in them. If you are inserting some quote, a valuable quote say being said by any renowned speaker or any renowned person, you are supposed to make sure that you are going to put the proper referencing for that, and for that you are supposed to use the Harvard style of writing. So these are some rules of making your essay a good essay. Now we are going to talk about assessing your work against an example essay. So we are going to see that how to do that. Now you are supposed to read an essay and comment critically on the structure and organization. Now if you surf on internet and log on to essays.org, you would find different examples of essays being written in the different types, and you would see that different kinds of essays, pick up one essay and try to critically read it. maybe you can ask your friend to make it easy. If the internet facility is not available to you, what you can do is assign a topic to your friend, tell him to write an essay for you on this topic, and then pick up that piece of paper and try to see that critically, that which things are there, and identify the strengths and weaknesses of the piece of writing that he or she has written. That is going to help you understand the few points. Now, first of all, you would clearly see that is there a clear introduction to guide the reader. So you are going to see the introduction first, the topic announcement, where you are going to see that is the introduction being described well enough in that piece of paper for the reader, so that reader is going to get to know that writer is going to talk about in this paper about so and so topic, and this is how he is going to go about that topic. As we have seen in our very first example, that they have stated, they said clearly that there are 3 reasons why Canada is the best place to live. So this is how you are going to see that how writer has explained or written his essay. Are key concepts clearly communicated? So key concepts are that what kinds of things he wants to talk about in essay in the topic sentence, and then he has supported each one of the keywords with the supporting details or the evidences. Does the writing progress have a sense of direction? So all of the words or all of the choice of words, all of the sentences, all of the thoughts should go in one direction. That is the parallel structure that we have talked about in our previous lectures. Is there a clear and appropriate conclusion? So you are going to see that is the conclusion written well enough for the reader to understand that the all the points, all the supporting details support first of all the topic sentence, and then supporting details have been wrapped down to conclude the whole essay into some sentences. So this is how you are going to assess the piece of paper of your friend, or maybe you can take one from internet and logically see that how actually this is being done and this is being practiced. Now let's quickly talk about some of the do's and don'ts in essay writing. You are supposed to keep in mind that you are mentally prepared well enough in advance. Like for example, you are fond of writing a lot of essays, and you see that sometimes you have been asked to write an essay on the spot, and you are quick to do that. Why? Because you are always mentally prepared, because you know all the rules of how to write an essay. So this is how you are going to make up your mind for writing an essay, so that once you are asked randomly by someone that you are supposed to write an essay, you can do that quickly. Write a first draft, leave and come back to it later. Now you are being given a first topic, or you are being given a topic to write on. You write your first draft, and after brainstorming your ideas on a separate piece of paper, you unearth your ideas, you write them down, and then you make your first draft, and you take maybe a 5-minute break, and then you come back to it later to see that if you have missed up everything, because leaving some gap between whatever you are doing, maybe in between you can take a cup of tea or maybe a cup of coffee. That's going to freshen up your mind, and then once you are going to come back, you will come up with the better ideas or maybe the polished ideas that you can have. Keep your focus on the question. That is your question statement or your topic announcement. What is the problem that you are writing about, or what is your main objective of the writing? Edit carefully for sense, spelling, grammar and punctuation. So sense is also there, that the sense of appeal is also there, the sense of logic is also there, that your paper or your writing material is going to appeal to the logic of the next person. Then there are some don'ts that you are not supposed to do. Write all you know about a topic. No, you are not going to write everything on the final draft. Yes, we said that you are going to write it during the pre-writing, because from that you are going to omit those informations which you don't feel which were relevant. Sometimes you have to leave some relevant informations also, because there is a specific length for the paragraph, and there are more important details than the others to be added up in the essay, and you have to forget about others, because sometimes a lot of details can confuse your reader. Leave till the last minute. So you are going to leave your writing material till the last minute, so that anyone can comment on that, and you are going to go about it later. Now we are going to practically see that how to write an essay. Of course, as we have discussed, that essays have got the proper pattern, and yes, we have also discussed the writing process, the pre-invention techniques of pre-writing. Then we have discussed the techniques of writing, and then the stages of rewriting. So we are going to now practically see that how to write an essay. As an essay can have many purposes, but the basic structure is the same no matter what. So your essay can have many purposes, but of course the format or the structure of the essay remains the same. For example, you may be writing an essay to argue for a particular point of view, or to explain the steps necessary to complete a task. So maybe you are presenting your essay kind of in personal point of view about something. Maybe you are narrating something, maybe you are narrating a story from your childhood till your progression to your PhD, and maybe you are talking about some procedure that you are supposed to take from for going or for applying for the scholarship abroad. So this is how you write your essays. Either way, your essay will have the same basic format that we are going to discuss in our this lecture. If you follow a few simple steps, you will find that the essay almost writes itself. So some steps you are supposed to keep in mind, and essay automatically progresses. Right? You will be responsible only for supplying ideas, which are the important part of the essay anyway. So ideas would be only yours. The structure and the basic format is the same. That one we are going to discuss in the next lecture. That is going to be about the outlining your essay, and I hope once you will get to know that how to prepare an outline for essay, you are going to produce better results. So don't let the thought of putting pen to paper daunt you. Get started with whatsoever you have in your mind and jot it down on the piece of paper, and follow some patterns that is specific pattern of the essay, and you will be through with all your thoughts, and you will be very happy to see that what I have produced at the end of the day. Now there is some, as I said, that there is some specific format for the essay. Now let's try to see that, and let's try to observe and see each and every point in detail. First of all, you are supposed to decide on your topic. Any topic that you want to write on, that one we are going to discuss. Prepare an outline or a diagram of your ideas. You are supposed to decide that which unearthing techniques or which pre-writing technique that you want to use for your essay writing. Then write your thesis statement, that is your objective statement, that what your essay will focus on. Write the body, write the main points, write the sub points, then elaborate on the sub points, like you have your topic sentence, you have your supporting details, and your supporting details have been supported with the example or evidences. Then write the introduction in the end, write the conclusion, and add the finishing touches. Now why are we writing the conclusion and the introduction in the end? That one we are going to talk in the end by later. Now for choosing a topic, now you are supposed to decide that either your topic is going to be a general overview or a specific analysis of the topic. If it should be an overview, then you should probably be ready to move to the next step. If it should be a specific analysis, make sure your topic is fairly specific. Now let's see an example and try to see that how a general overview is different from the specific analysis. The topic is Kenya, right? The Kenya, which is in country. Kenya is a journal one. So if I say that write an essay on Kenya, you would talk about Kenya in general terms. Of course, you won't be, specifying to anything like that. But if I particularly say that you are going to talk about the politics in Kenya, definitely that will become your specific analysis of Kenya, that you are going to talk about the politics in Kenya. So this is how you are going to, choose your topic first. You are going to decide either you want to talk about that topic in the general terms, or you want to specifically narrow down your information to some specific topic later. Or you can also, talk about the Kenya's culture. Once you have determined that your topic will be suitable, you can move on. Now, sometimes it's in your hand that you decide the topic on your own, but sometimes you have been assigned a topic by your teacher or maybe by your supervisor. So that's not in your hands, and sometimes it's, kind of worrying that how you are going to do that. But once you have seen that your topic is a general one or your topic is a specific analysis, you would be in a better position to see that what are you supposed to write down. And this is what we are going to do now. Then organizing your ideas. How do you organize them? Maybe you make clusters, maybe you make a tree diagram, maybe you maybe you do a brainstorming or any unearthing technique that you want to use. If you look at the slide, the slide clearly talks about the dogs, which there are some relevant words being written about the dogs, like about their grooming, behavior, nutrition, health, and different breeds of dogs. So this is how you are going to see the relevant topics, and you organize your ideas maybe in clusters, maybe in tree diagrams, maybe in bullets, maybe in outlines, or anything that suits you. Now, writing an outline is the best technique of writing an essay. For writing paragraphs, it is preferable that you make clusters or you make tree diagrams, because you get the variety of words. Yes, you can also make clusters and tree diagrams for the essays, but it is most preferable that you better make your outline, because outline helps you decide that what you are supposed to, write in the beginning, what are you supposed to write in the middle, and what you are supposed to write in the conclusion. So this is how outline is the better structure for writing an essay, and you will get to know about this once we are going to progress to our next lecture later. You are going to begin your outline by writing your topic at the top. Now your topic will come on the top of your paper. Next, write the Roman numerals 1, 2, 3 on the left side of the page. If this is your page, you would write on the top your topic, and then the Roman numbers on the left hand margin. Next to each Roman numeral, write the main ideas that you have about the topic, or the main points that you want to make. Now, outlines are for two types that we are going to discuss in our next lecture. The first one is a sentence outline, and the other one is the topic outline. So these two outlines that we are going to discuss in the next lecture later. Your points can persuade the reader, the points that you have made against your Roman numbers. These can be the headings, or they can be the complete sentences. They can persuade them, they can inform them, and then they can also again explain the process. Now, for each heading, write down the sub-bullet with the number ABC. Now, Roman bullet differs from ABC, or maybe the small Roman numbers, that is 1, 2, 3. So they differ from one another, and they differ from situation to situation. Next to each letter, you are supposed to write down the facts of information that support the main idea. So this is what you are supposed to do while you are writing any outline. This is what we are also going to practice in detail in the next lecture also, so you don't have to worry about that. We are going to discuss each and everything in detail, so that you don't have to worry about everything. The basic structure of the outline will be shown to you and will be thoroughly discussed with you. We will also share different examples with you, so that you don't have to worry that what I am writing and why I am writing. When you have finished, you have the basic structure for your essay, and you are ready to continue. So once you are done with your essay outline, your basic structure of your outline is ready, and you are ready to progress towards your actually written material. An outline basically, in other words, is a kind of a skeleton of your essay, so that you can stick to that, and then of course you can provide extra information or the detailed information based on that outline, because the skeleton provides you the basic structure for what do you want to write in your paper or what do you want to write in your essay. So outline is the best way of writing any essay. Now, what is your thesis statement? That clearly tells the reader that what the essay is all about, or that is the announcement of the objective of your essay, that what do you want to achieve after writing this essay, or what your thoughts will be going, which direction your thoughts will be going in. So this is what your thesis statement talks about. You know what the essay will be about, that was your topic, and now you must look at your outline or diagram and decide what point you will be making. Now you will look at your outline, you will look at different headings that you have made related to the topic. You would see that which headings are supposed to come first and which headings are supposed to follow. Then you would see the headings and then their subheadings, that which thoughts are strong enough to convince this point, so I should add them earlier, and which thoughts are not very relevant, so you can also omit them out if you don't find them relevant, or if you don't find them interesting enough to please the logic of the reader. What do the main ideas and supporting ideas that you listed say about your topic? So this is how you are going to decide that whatsoever you have listed down or outlined, they are going to prove or stick to your topic statement, your main objective. In other words, you can say or we can say that all your ideas are going parallel to each other and they are progressing towards one specific goal. Clear? So should we move on to the next step? Now, the next step of writing a very good essay is writing the body parts. Remember, we are talking about the essay format that is required or that you can follow to make or produce very good essays. The topic you have chosen must now be explained, described or argued. Whatsoever the situation is, either you are going to write or provide the information in your essay, either you want to persuade the attention of the reader or you want to tell them a process. Remember that you are going to keep in mind that all your paragraphs are going to go in one direction. Each main idea that you wrote down in your diagram or outline, whatsoever you have made, any cluster diagram, any brainstorming, or you have created an outline for the essay, will become one of the main body paragraphs. So if you have made a cluster, like I have shown you the cluster of the dogs are of different breeds, then we will talk about the health of the dogs, dogs nutrition, dog as a pet or animal, and so on and so forth, and there are so many ideas. But you are supposed to decide that which topic is the most, which heading is the most important one to be discussed in the early stage. If you had 3 or 4 main ideas, you will have 3 or 4 body paragraphs. So it depends on the quantity of the paragraph, quantity of the thoughts that you have, or the quantity of the headings or the main ideas that you have. That is, in other words, we call the keywords. So these keywords are going to help you decide that how many paragraphs you are going to have in your essay. So there is no hard and fast rule of dividing your essay into the paragraphs. You must have heard about 5 paragraph essay. I mean, the first one is your introduction and the last one is your conclusion. So in the middle you will have only 3 supporting paragraphs to support your argument. So this is what you call a 5 paragraph essay, but the case is not always like that. It depends from topic to topic, and it also depends from situation to situation. Sometimes people have far better ideas to explain and to critically prove their topic, so they write variety of things and all of them are relevant and all of them are strong arguments, or they strongly support their topic sentence and make it a very good essay. So this is what you are supposed to keep in mind once you are going to write about the essay. Each body paragraph will have the same basic structure of writing a paragraph. Now that we are done with the basic writing structure of the paragraph, which has got the topic sentence, which has got the supporting details, and which has got the closing sentence. So you are supposed to keep in mind all of these things, and then you are going to write the body paragraphs of your essay. Write the introduction and the conclusion. Your essay lacks only 2 paragraphs now. Now that everything is ready, you have supported each and every heading with the topic sentence, with the supporting details, and with the conclusory sentence or the closing sentence. Now you are lacking with only introductory paragraph and your conclusion. The introduction and conclusion paragraph will give the reader a point of view, point of entry to, and a point of exit from your essay. Now that you have a room which has got 2 doors, let's say this is room to come, this is the door to come in, and this is the door to go out. Right now, in between is the variety of the thoughts that you have, arranged on different tables to, for the enterer, for the one who is going to, for the outsider who is coming for the exhibition to come in, and then they are going to, take all those ideas and all those thoughts with them once they are going to exit from the exit door. Clear? So your introductory paragraph should be like that. The reader is going to, get familiar with that what he is going to have, or what he is going to visit, and what he is going to see in the room, right? Once he has seen everything, the exit room will allow a room for him to, wrap all of it, or consume all of that, or to digest all of that in his brain and his thoughts, and he leaves with a good new impression and a better new impression outside. So this is how your introductory paragraph and your conclusion paragraphs helps the reader understand that what you want to write about. So don't stop just yet. One more step remains before your essay is truly finished. So there is only one more step to go, and we are going to do and get done with our essay format. So the last step is your conclusion. As I've already mentioned, that there is some entry to your essay, that is your entry door or your topic announcement. Then you enter your world that is full of every thought that you have arranged everywhere, and you have arranged them with so much love and care that they are being elaborated and they are being understood by everyone. Now there is one exit door, that is your closing sentence, or that is your conclusion. The conclusion brings closure to the reader, that is the summing up of your topics and the point of view for your particular topic. All the conclusion needs is the 3 or 4 strong sentences which do not need to follow any set formula. Now there is no set pattern for writing the conclusion, only 3 or 4 arguments, or only 3 or 4 sentences that strongly conclude that what you exactly wanted to talk about, or what you exactly wanted to show to the reader. Now you have shown everything to the reader through words. Now your words should be strong enough to present that how do you want to close that. Simply review the main points, being careful not to restate them exactly. You are not going to restate whatsoever you have written in your supporting details. You are supposed to recreate them. Recreation means that you are going to produce as strong and as confident information as you can, as to appeal to the logic of the reader. Even an anecdote can end your essay in a very useful way. So any relevant story or any anecdote that you feel is relevant to your essay can end up it very smartly. The introduction and the conclusion complete the paragraphs of your essay. Now that your essay is complete, the format of your essay is complete, you can produce a very good essay. Now add the finishing touches. As you add the finishing touches to your dining table or your bride, now add and make your essay a beautiful bride. In other words, you have now completed all the paragraphs of your essay. Before you can consider this a finished product, however, you must give some thought to the formatting of your paper. Check the order of the paragraphs. If you feel that there is any paragraph that you wanted to mention before and you have written it later, you can write it earlier. Check the instructions of the assignment. Whatsoever and whosoever teacher has assigned you that assignment, or any supervisor, you are going to see all the instructions and check out every instruction that they wanted you to write things about. you are going to check that you are not going to miss out any instruction from that very assignment, and then check your writing in the end. Give it some time, go out somewhere and then come back and then try to read your paper. It will give you a fresh look of the paper, that your paper will look automatically a stranger to you. You won't believe that this is what I have written and this is what I have produced within an hour. Once you have checked your work and perfected your formatting, your essay is finished. Congratulations! Now you are done with your essay writing. This was your essay format and you are done with yet another essay. Maybe that was written for the general idea, or maybe that was a specific analysis of something. But your lecture doesn't end here. We are yet to go with our MLA and our essay formatting things. Now let's quickly see the formal writing rules that we know, but sometimes we skip them because we don't remember them. Now what you are supposed to do is to take the print of this slide and the next upcoming 2 slides in which we are going to talk about the MLA style clearly, and then paste them near your working table, near your workstation or near your study table where you study every day, so that you are going to look at them every day and you are not going to skip out an information that you wanted to insert in your essay or any piece of writing that you want to write. Now about essays, there are some formal writing rules that you are supposed to follow. First of all, do not use the first or second person like I, my, we or us. Now these kinds of first or second person mentions should not be there in your essay, because they become the personal essays, and personal essays are kind of informal essays, and we are yet to write our formal essay and we are practicing the formal essay writing skills. Do not use contractions, as we have already discussed the differences and the similarities between formal and informal essays or formal and informal writing. So we make sure that you are not going to use first of all the first and second person, and then you are not going to use any contractions like I am, I will, won't, doesn't, can't, and these kind of words. Do not use metaphors or figures of speech which are not easily understandable by others. Avoid saying that the essay will discuss. Now the essay is not discussing anything. The essay has been written for the third person to be studied, and that is you also don't have to say that in my opinion, because this is not your personal point of view. That is, your essay is based on the factual information that you have answered while looking into the society, while looking deeper into your topic, and then critically evaluating it. Avoid using a lot. If you do use it, take care not to repeat it often, because the word a lot is some kind of a vague word which does not have any specific end. So we are not going to use these kind of words. Avoid redundancy and repetition. So repetition of one word in the essay should be avoided. Try to use the synonyms for that very word, and also try to avoid the redundancy, unwanted repetition of the words or unwanted repetition of things in the essay. Be specific. Do not be vague. Do not use such things as such words such as things or many examples. So things is a kind of a vague word, and many examples is also a kind of a vague word. You cannot give many examples to everyone, and you cannot also give them many things. So you have to name them, and if they are not complete, so they would be looking for more and more. Then always follow the MLA format. I hope you are familiar with MLA format that we are going to also discuss in this slide. Your font style, about your font style, you should use 12 PowerPoint size, or the 12% of the size of your font, Times New Roman, and standard of 1 inch margin from every side of the paper. Now if you are handwriting, of course your handwriting cannot be converted into 12% and then it cannot become Times New Roman, but that has to be clear enough for the audience that they should and they can read it. Every time you're supposed to edit, edit, edit. So you are going to edit your paper a lot, because that is going to help you pick out every error or every loophole that you think can be there in your essay. Save your rough work, do not discard it, because if you are going to do that, that is not going to be very helpful, and that is not going to be, very useful while you are producing your essay. Maybe your rough paper or your brainstorming paper or your pre-writing material is going to be beneficial once you are going to, give the final touches to your paper. Maybe you forget to insert any example, and then on the later stage you feel that I should insert that example that I have picked up in my pre-writing stage, and then you put it somewhere in the later stage also. When writing about the literature, always write in the present tense. So you are supposed to write in the present tense if you are writing about any piece of literature. The Hamlet is a novel of Shakespeare is the right way of saying it. You are not going to say that Hamlet was a novel of Shakespeare. So that wasn't the novel of Shakespeare, that still is the novel of Shakespeare. So you are going to use the present tense for every literature that you are going to write about. Essays should be submitted with one staple in the top left hand corner. Do not put them in folders. So essays should not be inserted or should not be slided into the folders. You are supposed to put a staple on the left hand corner only. Now let's quickly discuss the MLA format that is there once we talk about the essays. Essays are written in 12 font and with 1-inch margins on every side. That is what you call the standard MLA format of Harvard style. No separate title pages, so you are not going to put separate title pages for everything like we do in our report writing. Like there are so many prefatory pages before the report actually begins. There is title fly, title leaf, letter of transmittal, executive summary, and so on and so forth, that we are not going to do. There is no you are not going to put any separate title page in your essay. In the top left corner of the page of your essay, only write your name, the teacher's name, course code, date submitted, and everything has to be double spaced. Like there should be 2 spaces between your name, your teacher's name, then again your teacher's name and your course code, and then your course code and date submitted, 2 space each. Put your last name and page number in the top corner of each page. Now your name, like my name is Anila Nosheen, so I would write my last name Nosheen in the top corner of the page along with page number, right, after the title page. Italicize the title of the novel if any. So if the title of the novel, if you are writing about any novel, you are going to italicize that. When using quotes, reference the page number in the following way. First quote, use the author's name in the reference. Like as you can see the last line, I didn't even notice then that it had more than the usual number of toes. It was said by so and so person, and then reference number 6. If the reference have been repeated or the quote has been repeated from the same source, you don't have to write down the name of the author again. You only have to write the page number. Submit a works cited page to show resources that you have quoted from in your essay. If you are putting any references, you are supposed to provide the reference detail at the end. Now how to do that? You are supposed to see the works cited. Write works cited centered at the top of the new page. Now there should be a new page for the reference sheet. Ensure your last name and the page number are still included in the top right corner. So your name and the page number are continuously going throughout every page. Each entry in the work cited should be in the alphabetical order according to the author's name. So your reference list should be in the alphabetical order. As many references that you are going to put in your essay should be written in a very smart way or in the alphabetical order, as to make sure that each one of if the reader wants to check out C, he can catch that. If the reader wants to check L, M, or any other alphabet that he wants to click quickly on, so he knows that it is written in the alphabetical order, he can find it easily. Now the best way of, or the right way of writing in the MLS style is that if you are quoting any source from any book, you write the last name of the author of the book, then you insert comma, and then you write the first name. So last name comes first and then comes the first name. So if the name of the author is John Miller, you write it Miller, comma, John. That is to be followed by a full stop. Then title of the book, that is always italicized. That is to be followed by again full stop. City published, whatsoever city in which the book was published, you will find it on the first page of the book. That is to be followed by a colon. Then you write down the name of the publisher, whosoever has published, the company or any publishing agency. That is to be followed by a comma, and the year in which that was published, that is to be followed by a full stop. So this is how you write the MLS styles. For those references which you have copied from internet, or which you have taken from internet sources, you copy the URL that is there in the right upper bar of any work cited. You click on that, you select that, you copy that, and then you put that very URL into one site named bibme.com, bibme.com. You put that in very site, and that will automatically be converted into a MLA format. So you don't have to worry about net material, net URLs, internet URLs. You only have to be very careful about MLA styles of the books. So in today's lecture, we have talked about the paragraphs, how paragraphs are. We have all thoroughly talked about, and we have thoroughly discussed the paragraphs, that what exactly they are. They are the group of sentences that introduce, present, and develop a main idea about the topic. Then we have also seen some examples, very nice examples of paragraphs, that how they are written, how topic sentence is being followed by the supporting details, and how supporting details are wrapped up in your closing sentence. Then we have also talked about the essay, that how essay looks like, and how essay is an organized collection of your thoughts on the particular topic. Then we have also discussed some of the techniques that what makes a good essay. Then we have also discussed some do's and don'ts of writing an essay, and how to write an essay that we have discussed according to one particular format. Then we have also discussed one essay format, and we have also seen some formal writing rules. We have also read about them, and also discussed the MLA writing style for your referencing essay. So that was all about today. All the information has been taken from this very source, as you can see on this back slide as well. So that was all about paragraph writing and essay writing skills. Basically, we are to do with our essay writing skills, but to begin with, we are, of course, the paragraphs, once they are the way sentences combine together to make a paragraphs they combine together to make an essay or a larger text. That is particular, or that is about the particular topic that you want to write on. So for today, that was enough. I hope you had a good time learning about what is an essay and what is a paragraph, and you know that how it is a technical process, or how it is a formal process of writing essay. If you know the basic tips of, or if you know the basic format of writing an essay, I hope that you are not far from writing very good essays. So with that, I wish you a very good day, and Allah Hafiz.